Oh man, politics and religion. No one ever wants to talk about these things. So let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Vlog with my blog, Crosswalks 101. I am JL Hernandez, and today we're going to talk about the two things most people do not want to talk about: religion and politics. I'm going to start off with religion. No one ever wants to talk about these things, and I think the reason is religion and faith. It's a personal thing. And so the fear of rejection, or what will they say about me, judgment, and are they going to try to change my mind? All those things come into play, and we kind of just want to shy away from that. But I think if you start with knowing who you are as a person, you really, people sometimes they just go through life, right? They're being told by their parents, this is that, etc., etc., and we don't take the time to really learn, okay, who really am I though? My parents raised us in the Catholic Church, and I go to a Catholic church and I'm Catholic. But I chose that. I've also been to a Baptist church and I've been to a Methodist church and I've been to a lot of churches. And so the decision ultimately to becoming a Catholic, I feel, is mine. Okay, and I think everyone should do that. You should really take time to learn who you are as a person and what is your foundational beliefs in everything, whether religion and politics. Who are you? What are your beliefs? And when you're strong in that, you can have the conversation without feeling judged or even care if you are. And you can also, I think, if you're open-minded and open-hearted to other people, you can listen to other people's thoughts and interpretations and be okay. We can have these conversations. They're good conversations to have. You can learn a lot about not just people, but you can learn a lot about religion. You can learn a lot about politics if you just talk about it. So our faith and religion, in my opinion, while they're intertwined, I don't feel they're quite the same. So faith, for example, if you're a Christian, your faith is that you believe that Jesus was the Son of God, okay? And through him is the only path to heaven, okay? That's your faith. That makes you a Christian right there. But your religion could be one of many, okay? Baptists believe that Jesus was the Son of God. Catholics believe that. Methodists believe that. So there's all these religions that believe the same thing. So there again, that's why I feel that faith and religion are separate, because we have the same faith, yet we are of the different religions. Now, why is religion different? Well, religions is a governance, right? So while faith is a very personal belief system that guides our thoughts, our actions, religion is a man-made set of rules, rituals, and governance, okay? And it's based on their interpretation of the many divine stories written by man, okay? And if you know, Jesus was not a religious person. Jesus didn't belong to any religion. So these were man-made divine stories, and from that, religions were created. Okay, so that's why I feel faith and religion are separate. And while both govern us, sometimes we can change religions and still have the same faith. We can still believe in God and his son Jesus Christ, yet we decide, you know what, I'm going to follow the Baptist church, or I'm going to follow the Methodist church, or I'm going to follow the Catholic church, or any one of the Christian-based churches, or non-denomination. A lot of people do that. A lot of people leave these other churches and they go to a non-denominational church, for many reasons. One of the biggest enemies to any church is its own members. So a lot of people do leave those churches and go to a more non-denominational church where it's not any set of rules and governance, it's just your faith. Hope that makes sense. I've been blessed. My father was military, so I really been blessed to grow up with exposure to a lot of different culture. We actually lived in Germany. We did 2 tours in Germany for a total of almost 12 years. We lived in Germany. And so I was exposed to a lot of European culture and different beliefs and different ways of life. And so I think to me, that really helped shape who I am. And it helped me understand other people and be curious about other people. I love to just talk to people and know who they are. What makes you, you? I love that. And I wish that other people could experience those things. I wish my kids could experience those things, but I hope that through me and through my actions, they can at least experience it that way. If you just took the time to really talk to people and just get to know who they are, you will be surprised. You will be surprised what you can learn from them that you can adapt into your own life. And one of the things when you're talking to people is not just to listen to why they believe what it is they believe. That's the most important. It's not so much what they say, it's why they believe it. The why is more important. And so if you get to that why, you'll get to understand people more. And when I do talk to people, I do it without judgment. Without judgment. I listen wholeheartedly, open-minded, open heart. Because that person is no better or worse than me. Okay? And I'm no better or worse than they are. We're all humans. We're all just trying to live our life. So let's get to know one another. And so for me, when it comes to faith, it's very simple. I believe in God and his son, Jesus Christ. Just that. It is that simple for me. And that is what guides me. And I believe that you do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I cannot expect respect if I'm not giving respect. I cannot expect compassion if I'm not a compassionate person. And I cannot accept love if I don't give love. And most importantly, I cannot be forgiven if I do not forgive. And we all know God is a forgiving God. And that's going to be another topic on one of my vlogs, is going to be forgiveness. But forgiveness, that goes without question, okay? I've been forgiven, therefore I forgive. And, I think one of the fears people have of explaining their faith is the question of why, right? Why do you believe in God? He's everywhere, okay? I do not believe that we were created by 2 atoms exploding or what have you, okay? There is a higher authority. And you look around and God is everywhere. And so the reason that I believe that Jesus was the Son of God is the only way that God could reach us and talk to us and touch us was through man, because God is everywhere, right? So he had to become man. And that's why I also believe in the Holy Trinity. I believe God and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Okay, I believe that wholeheartedly. Because for God to touch us and to talk to us, he had to come in a human form. He had to come in flesh and bone. It's the only way he could reach us. And that's through Jesus. So that's that. That's my belief. Judge me all you want. That's what I believe, without a doubt. And I go back to what I was saying. We live in a beautiful world and people of all walks of life. And if we just give ourselves the chance to get to know one another, how even greater this world would be. So do yourselves a favor, talk about it, get to know one another, get to know what makes people who they are. So the next one, politics. Politics is another subject that people just don't want to talk about. And it's almost the same way with faith and religion. It's that fear of judgment. But with politics, it's a little more trickier, because with politics, when you talk to people, you realize how little people know about politics. And that's the one thing that I've realized during this whole time that I've been working on coming up with this vlog. I've been doing a lot of research, talking to a lot of people about both religion and politics. That's, all my travels throughout these past, couple months, I've just been trying to bring those subjects up and just listen to people. And when it comes to politics, the one thing I realize is just how little people know and how untrusting people are of politics. And it's true, because you have career politicians. We've been seeing and dealing with the same people for years. And so you get untrusting. This person says this one during this election year, and then the next election year, they're saying something different. So I get it. But for me, again, you have to know who you are. What are your foundational beliefs, okay? So for me, I believe in a smaller government. Okay, I don't want government dictating to me how, when, where, and why, okay? So I believe in a smaller government. I believe in capitalism. I believe that what you work for, you earn, okay? I'm in sales. And so the more I work, the more I reach out, the more I'm engaged, the more sales I have. And so if my counterpart, who's also in sales, doesn't quite work as hard as me, should he make the same? I don't think so. But that's why I believe in capitalism. Okay, and so for Republicans, the foundational beliefs of Republicans are a smaller government, larger army, less taxes, more capitalism, okay? The Democratic Party is for a larger government, more government programs. To pay for government programs, you have higher taxes. And here lately, they've been creeping towards a more socialistic society, okay? Which is what I was explaining, where you're in the same box. If you're a teacher, this is what you make, everyone makes the same, et cetera, et cetera. Whether you work 10 hours or you work 6 hours, this is what you make. I don't agree with that. That's just not for me. So when I was first eligible to vote, I actually voted Democrat. I voted for Bill Clinton. And it was more society, my friends and my parents. It was more that. I didn't really know politics. To me, Bill Clinton was relatable. Okay, he was younger than who he was running against, which, if you remember, was Bob Dole. Okay, I mean, big difference, right? So he was more relatable to an 18-year-old than Bob Dole was. Now that I've taken the time throughout the years of becoming an adult and so on and so forth, I've taken the time to really understand politics, because it's important to understand politics. It really, affects your life. And so you need to understand the local government as well as the national government. You need to understand your local mayors, the governor, and all that, because it does affect your life. So you need to understand more, not just the person that's running, but the party that stands behind that person, okay? Because you can get caught up in a popularity contest, and that's what I did. I got caught up in a popularity contest, voted for Bill Clinton, because to me, he was more popular. Had I really known, or not known, but had I really thought about my personal beliefs as far as government goes, I wouldn't have voted for him. I would have voted for the party. Because even though you're voting for that person, the party behind that person ultimately guides, okay? And so for me, I'm a Republican. I don't mind saying that. Don't say it loud. I am a Republican. I don't believe in a large government, and I believe in capitalism. And so nothing wrong with that. I have many friends who are Democrats, and I understand why they believe the way they do, because it's who they are. It's their beliefs. So there's nothing wrong with that. My beliefs are different. I believe if you work 10 hours, you're going to get more. And I don't believe in sharing that with someone who doesn't work as hard as I do. Nothing wrong with that, right? So, again, we can have these conversations. It's just being strong in who you are and being strong-minded and open-hearted in understanding other people for why they believe the way they believe. And in learning about politics, you have to be careful not to get caught up in just one media outlet. I look at news from every media outlet. I'll flip from Fox to ABC to NBC to CBS to CNN to, all the way around. Because I want to see what people are talking about and I want to see how they're interpreting the information. And, here lately, as you know, with all the debates that are going on and with the impeachment hearings, I went ahead and, I recorded, because I have to work, I recorded the hearings and then played them back. And then I went and looked at all the news media. And when you do that, you get to realize the difference, okay? You watch what happens in real time. And then you go to these news media and they take and they extract what they want to present to you, okay? And that's where we get caught up in fake news, if you will, because you're just being shown what they want to show you, not what you need to be seen, okay? So take the time to learn yourself, take the time to look at all the media that's out there and make your own judgment. Make your own judgment. And I think when you do that, it becomes easier to talk about. These things shouldn't be difficult to talk about, in my opinion. They really shouldn't. We should be able to have these conversations with no problems. It's just, you can't force your beliefs and thoughts onto someone and vice versa. You can't have them force it onto you. So if you're strong in who you are, these conversations would be easy. It really is that basic. It really is that simple. I just think we overcomplicate things. Again, it's the fear of judgment. Fear of judgment guides our every thought and why we don't do something. It's always the fear of judgment. It's never the people that matter the most. The fear of judgment is always someone that doesn't even matter. What is the neighbor down the street gonna think about me? Who cares? Who cares? All right, so do yourselves a favor. Let's talk about these things. Let's get to know one another and appreciate one another for who we are, not for what we are. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on everything. I'm curious. And so please continue to follow me. I appreciate it. Follow me on all my socials, on Facebook at Crosswalks101, Instagram at Crosswalks101. The blog itself is on WordPress. Go check it out, Crosswalks101. And the vlog on YouTube, right here on YouTube, Crosswalks101. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Comment, share. And if you really like this content, subscribe. And hopefully it won't be as long as this one. By the time I do the next video, it's taken me some time on this one. Did a lot of research, but hopefully I can get these videos out once a month. So anyways, thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Get out there and let's talk about it.